Well, we've got a good bye week. For some reason, this schedule that we play certainly doesn't lend itself to any kind of rhythm or routine. We're off 1 week. We travel 2 weeks in a row. And, you know, as college coaches, as football coaches, period, you're always used to routine. Certain Sundays you do this, Mondays you do that. And we haven't been able to do that. But our guys had a nice practice. We gave them Friday, Saturday off to recoup a little bit. We practiced last night, and we'll go hard this week, and then we'll take off and see where we're at. We've got some guys back healthy that we're anxious to have back, and we'll see where we can go. We're making this the second half of the season, and we need to do well. Obviously, it'll be this weekend.
Are you finding this bye week compared to the first bye week much different?
Totally different, because we needed this break. I felt like after that first game we played, we didn't win the game, but we had enough going for us that we would like to play the second week. But again, whoever made this schedule, wow, it's a tough one, because we're still not able to get in rhythm. We travel 2 weeks in a row, then we play a game at home, then we play the following Friday. So it doesn't lend itself to some kind of routine or rhythm.
Second win.
I'm sorry?
Is this team about to take a deep breath and catch its second win?
I hope so, Robert. They want to. They certainly have worked hard in practice and did everything we've asked them to do. I had a couple guys that were late for class. I told them they had to be here at 4:30 this morning to hold books, and they were here at 4:20. They did. And I let them go. I told them, I punish you enough by waking you up this early. And so, they're great young people that they really want to do well.
Coach, in respects to Jordan, it's stunning how decimated your defensive line unit has been. Where does this? How do you put this?
We just tell the kids we close ranks and keep marching. This is tough to take. Tougher to take because of the young man that Jordan went through so much to try to get himself eligible, and it's a finger, but I guess it's shattered, so he's trying to get him back. But we play with who we have. We have to move people around. We're playing with Ale on low, 5'9", 260-pound, tough guy. But that's hard in there. It's hard in there.
How do you feel the bye week was for the young kids? Were you able to build some depth with some of the scouts?
We practiced a little bit, but even our scout team is pretty well beat up. So we had a scrimmage the other day, but we had to use kind of the seconds of our travel squad, and I think they hopefully taking some individual time we spent individual practice time, so hopefully they'll be better.
Joey, anything about yourself this week?
I talked to him this morning. He said it was getting better, but whether he'll be able to go. Billy Stutzman's taking a test. George Daly Lyle's taking a test today, a stress test for the concussions. And Art Morrow is back, though. That's good news. That's good news for us.
What do you know about Colorado State right now?
Not too much, other than that they're struggling like we are. Jim McElwain is a terrific football coach. He's a West Coast guy that ended up back east, like most of us have gone through in our careers. Has done a nice job with him. I was up there when Steve Fairchild was coaching. I went up there and spent a day with him. They have nice facilities. They, for whatever reasons, aren't playing as well. They don't have a quarterback. I think they're going to go with their third guy. But when you look at tapes are so not necessarily deceiving, but there's a lot of respect. They do a nice job. They got tough, hard-nosed guys up the middle. Play with a good secondary. Play similar schematically to what New Mexico did on defense, and obviously have a similar style to what we do on offense. So hopefully, we talked about it today. We're going to spend a lot. We've spent and will continue to spend a lot more time against one another.
When you watch your game tape and when you watch your practice tape, can you see progress being made individually?
Individually, you can. Collectively, we still, maybe like the other day, we had 10 guys do the right thing, and our tight end was just a little bit off. We continue to need to kind of spend more time together as a unit, in practice is so fragmented, but we're spending a lot more time together. You see real good improvement, especially on the offensive line. The linebackers have been beat up. I see real progress with the corners, with the younger corners. The defensive line has been steady all year long. But, we're tired. We get tired. I mean, you as a defensive lineman, the whole idea was to maybe play 30 or 40 plays. And we got guys playing 60, 70 plays. That's way too many. Way too many.
Coach, in a situation where both teams will be looking for their first
Oh, I'm
conference
sure.
win this
I'm
season.
sure. Both teams need a win very, very badly for their programs. But only one can win, and the rest of us just have to keep rolling. But they're as desperate as we are. I think they have one more loss than we have. I don't know if they've had the buys that we've had. So both programs need to have some success.
Let me ask you about Mike Edwards. His kickoff return numbers are off the chart right now. How good is he?
Mike Edwards, without question, is an NFL guy. I think I know what it takes to play in the National Football League. He's an NFL guy. I think he needs more seasoning, especially on the corner. And in the NFL, the more you can do, the more value you become. And I think he's doing it the right way by being able to do both. Even now, though, he has to take a blow every once in a while as a corner. I think he's finally starting to realize how good he can really become. He needs to learn to cover just a little tougher. He needs to learn to tackle a bit better. But all in all, if he continues to progress and if he stays another year, that's always a concern. I think he'll be a pretty good draft choice.
How confident are you that he will stay another year?
I'm not. I don't know that. We haven't talked about it yet. We haven't addressed that. We probably will in the next little bit. I think I know him well enough. I know he has some responsibilities that he has to take care of financially. And so, we just have to wait and see. I don't think he'll be a high pick this go around. I think he needs more seasoning before. These NFL guys know what they're doing. They study, they do their research, they do their homework. If Mike decides he does want to come out, I think it would be wise to petition NFL, find out, where he would stand and all that kind of business. But we haven't broached that at all yet.
You talked about a lack of rhythm with the schedule. Having 3 road games before this and then a bye week, do you think the guys are well prepared for another road game?
I don't know how well do we have to prepare for a road game. It's a long ways away, a lot of miles, a lot of water we have to cover. But our guys handle it well. I mean, they're mature about it. They travel well. We've got a lot of nice comments from hotels and airlines about how our guys do travel. You just have, I'm not used to it. It's just something you have to get used to. We're still trying to find a little niche. I talked about Wagner previous, about how they did it. I talked to Dick Tong as to how they did it. There's no easy answer, other than you just have to go and you have to make up your mind that you're just going to go play. It's cold back in Fort Collins, I understand. The elevation's high, the altitude's high, but we can't let that affect us. We just got to go play.
Coach, you've had tons of experience playing at altitude. Is it real?
It's real. It's real. You don't want to make a big deal of it, but it is real. I remember playing in that level and having to go up. In the old days, you didn't stay on campus all year long, so we'd come up for the summers, and you'd have to go up a good 2 weeks in advance just to get used to the air. But nowadays, when you can go in and with the improved nutrition and improved conditioning, hopefully you get in, get out, and play the game for 4 hours as well as you can.